So one of the easiest way to know whether we are in a bull market or a bear market is look at the close versus how the market has traded. And look at today. I mean, today market went down. I mean, after such a big move from the lows. So let's look at how many days we had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 out of 10 days we had positive days. Until yesterday, we had 7 out of 9 we have positive days. So there is an expectation that, it's going to pull back. So what happened? This morning it pulled back and we got buyers right away. It means that market was way too bearish going into this. And obviously, well, there is one explanation, of course, you know how much I really care about explanations, but to think about the fundamentals of why market is doing this, there is an exit of $2.5 trillion worth of bonds out of the market. My guess is that money is going into stocks. That's it. There is no other explanation. I mean, if you look at the 10-year bonds, people are losing money left and right if they are in bonds. That's a crazy move. Let's look at the actually.
So more money is coming out of bonds and getting into stocks.
Yep. Let me show you this one. This is, if you look at the 2-year and 10-year, right? The 30-year. That's the 10-year. Okay, from 2020, right? It was 0.5%. So now it's 2.5. That's a huge move. I mean, it's an extraordinary move. And the 2-year is even worse, 0.09% to 2.35%. So every time this goes up, people are losing money in their bonds. Their bond value is going lower. So, oh, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is really extraordinary. Do we have a 30-year here? 10 and 2 is still positive. So yeah, I don't think I have 30-year here. But anyway, I mean, bonds are a lot of $2.5 trillion is a lot of money. It's a ridiculous amount of money. So that could be one of the reasons why the mega caps are getting so much inflows. I mean, Apple is almost near the highs.
And one more question while you're while you're mentioning this, like you said, today's was a liquidation break, right?
So I'll explain.
Identify that.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
So today you said today was a liquidation. So how do you identify that?
Yeah, that's what I was about to explain that. So what happens is this, even this one is a liquidation break. This is a liquidation break. This is a liquidation break. So what happens is it comes out of nowhere, okay? And it generally stops at a technical level, okay? And your selling are generally not like this, okay? Selling generally happens slowly, okay? But your breadth, this will be much higher. It will be 3-1, 4-1, 5-1 negative. And we are not seeing that at all. So every time there is a liquidation break, it makes the market stronger. So, I mean, anything that goes down fast and stops at an important level, that's where you can figure out if it's again, unless it starts to bounce, you won't know it's a liquidation break. That's why, even though when the market is down, I'm not selling anything right now because I'm not sure if that's a real selling or not. End of the day, you would know if it's a real selling or not. So if you look at this one.
So basically we have to wait until the end of the day to confirm whether it was a liquidation break or not.
Well, I mean, not end of the day. If you look at this, right, it came down, and how long did it took to, reverse? Okay, if this was a selling, you would not see this. You'll probably see a move sideways and probably end somewhere here.
So
and
we
the
have
next
to
day, and the next day it continues.
Yeah, so we have to use the 5-minute chart for this, not 15 minutes or.
No, I mean, you could use anything. It shouldn't matter.
Okay.
What one major characteristic is that it goes to a technical level and stops there. So that's the overnight low.
A technical level, support level, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's one of the ways. And then the confirmation for the liquidation break is the bounce. And look at how fast that bounce was. And this is not something that's happening just today, right? I mean, this has been happening. It happened here. Well, this is not really a liquidation break. This is a liquidation break. I mean, did not recover at all. And that's a liquidation. Well, I think that was the day of Fed. Yeah, probably. So you would get this. We are getting these liquidation breaks is because market went up so much. So whenever during this liquidation breaks, weak sellers, whoever are in the market, who got late in the market, they're going to sell. They're not going to take a lot of losses. That's one of the reasons of getting that liquidation break.
So this liquidation break is caused because of the panic selling, or?
It's not panic, but this is from the short-term sellers. So if you are day trading, right? If you are day trading and you got in this morning, okay, or today, you got it somewhere here, okay. As soon as it breaks here, this low or this low, all the sellers are going to get out. They're not going to wait. Okay, they are day trading, so they are going to keep their losses small. So this is all momentum investing for momentum investors that are also, short-term traders. So
okay.
after
day trader and short-term trader. Okay,
yep,
got it.
Yep. So when it turns around, this is the best way. This is probably the best way for a market to close for any bull. So, all right. Well, I mean, one easiest way to figure out whether we are in a bull market is to see where it started, where it closed, and what was the low. So if the low is far away from the close, or low is, obviously low is going to be low, but the high, whenever the market closes at highs, that tells you that you are getting a lot of investors into the market. All right, let's look at Nasdaq Composite. So this was the head and shoulders pattern. I thought that was forming. Actually, it did form for a few days, and this would be the neckline, and it never broke this line. So once it breaks above this 14,500, I know we do have a little bit of resistance here, but once it breaks this, that head and shoulder pattern is out the window. I mean, that's nullified. It's not working anymore. So that 14,500 is an important metric or level to watch. Nasdaq has this, 200-day moving average. Generally in Fib retracements, let me go back to ES first. Let's do ES and come back here. So generally in any Fib retracements, if we are not looking at anything else, anytime the 61% is breached and moves higher, the next level is this one, 4,800. Now, once we break this one, I don't see a reason why it cannot go to a new high, or at least does this 4,800. I mean, 2 weeks ago, market was so bearish. Now it became so bullish right now. So anyway, if it breaks at 4,500 level or 4,585, yeah, the next level is 4,740 and 4,800. And however, if you watch the fibs, this one broke the 61.8. NASDAQ hasn't yet. So NASDAQ has a lot of catch up to do. So you have 200-day here, and this 61 coincides with this another price level. So if it breaks at 15,300, but see, I mean, this is what we are seeing. We are seeing more strength in NASDAQ than S&P right now. That tells us that, yeah, there is a good possibility that we are going higher. Okay.
And KP, like, so again, like, so you are saying NASDAQ is bullish because of the lot of green candles, because it didn't break the 200 DMA, right? And
no, I'm saying the relative strength of NASDAQ, what's happening right now. So this is what I mean. NASDAQ is up 1.5% and S&P is what? 0.7%.
where do you see that? Okay.
SPX and NDX, those are the indices, right? So
0.71, okay.
yeah.
Is that the
So,
relative strength?
no, I mean, how much it went up. So
Yeah.
this went up double the percentage of what?
Oh, you mean today, right? Okay.
Yes, just today.
Got it,
So I mean, which also makes sense for us, because if NASDAQ has to catch up with S&P, it has to break. I mean, S&P is already above 61%, and this hasn't. So it has to catch up and move above that level. So that's what I see is happening right now. I mean, this is way bullish. I don't know how you would get back. I mean, unless something really bad happens, this looks like this is going to new highs, or at least, test those highs. If you look at Russell though, Russell is not, this has to work its way through into this level. It hasn't, not yet. Well, I mean, today, financials and energy both were lower. So that might have, that could be the weakness in.
So KP, so yeah, this is what I think I didn't understand. So the ES and NASDAQ,
yep,
both are bullish, but Russell is still struggling. So are you saying that the financial and energy has to help Russell to be bullish?
they make up most of the Russell. So what I mean by that is, if you look at S&P, this is based on the percentage in the index. So you have XLY has the most, then it's XLV, then XLY. Okay. And how much of the energy is there? Energy is the last, percentage wise, in S&P 500. So however, in Russell, right, XLE has a very big portion. That's why whenever you see XLE goes down, you see that Russell is underperforming. And when if XLK is outperforming, you will see that in both S&P and also in NASDAQ. Again, yeah. I would not worry if Russell cannot move higher. Okay. But I mean, eventually it will catch up.
Yeah, so it has been underperforming or consolidating for almost more than a year. So
so think in terms of this. Okay. So it made a low on January 28th. Okay. And it really did not close below that ever. And look at ES and NASDAQ. They both broke the January 24th, is it? Okay. 24th lows, and it made a new low. So the reason Russell did not break those lows is because of energy. Energy was very strong during this period. If you look at XLE, it was very strong. Okay. So when is that? That's the January, that's February. So Energy was very strong. Let's look at regional banks. It was a little bit lower, but it was near the highs. Okay, it did not have as much correction as S&P and Nasdaq did. So that kind of helped Russell stay.
But if you see actually in the past 1 year, right,
Yep.
it was not consolidating or it was not underperforming, right, as you said. So
Yep. That's the reason for Russell's to stay better,
okay.
and not have a very big correction as much as uh,
Okay, so
Nasdaq and
it's not
ES.
like it's not directly proportional. Like it doesn't mean that if XLE goes up, the Russell has to go up.
No, but it is XLE is a bigger component in Russell when compared to S&P 500. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay.
All right. And crude was down almost 9.5% today. That's a big. I mean, this is sloppy. This is huge move. So we don't know where this is going to go. So I was saying, the next lower low could be here, but that did not happen. It came directly to that 61%, and that was so far looks like this is the higher low. I mean, if it breaks higher above 116, yeah, it will probably go test that 126 or 130. But so far looks like this is the higher low. And if it breaks this low, 93, it means the uptrend is over and the downtrend starts. Yeah, same with, let me change this. Same with gold. I am looking to get into gold, some position, because I know inflation is not going to get better anytime soon. So today it was a good entry, I would think. But again, we are in a risk on environment. I was talking about cryptos. We are we are in risk on environment, and your tech is going up, cryptos are going up. That says that market is acting as if risk is on.
Maybe can you
Yep.
tell what word are you using?
Risk on.
What market are we? Risk on. Okay.
Risk on, and it's maybe you missed the first few minutes. So, I mean,
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, well, whenever the market closes at the highs, okay, and that's one of the easiest way to figure out if we are in a bull market or a bear market. In a bear market, it goes up during the day, but it always closes, down. So now the other way is happening. It went down during the day, and by the end of the day, it went up. So this is definitely a bull market so far. And I was saying ES is up. We had two red candles. This is not really a red candle, but I mean, technically speaking, this is red, but there is only one big red candle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out of 10 days. So think about that. I mean, 90% of the time it was up. And today I was expecting to get a little bit of, deeper move lower. There isn't. So, yeah. And what I was also saying is this could also be because of all the bond selling that has been happening. I was reading an article that says that about $2.5 trillion worth of bonds have been sold recently. So, they have to find a way or a place to be parked, right? So I'm guessing that's where it's going, the stocks. All right.
So just ask this question here. Like, so when you say, we know that it's bullish close, right? So does it mean that we don't have to expect the consolidation for the next couple of days?
So, okay, that depends on whether we are talking about the indices or, well, to be fair, this is all the consolidation we got. one day down and next day recovering. So that's all we got so far.
Mhm.
And this happens all the time. What happens is people are scared, obviously, right? I mean, people who got hurt a lot, they are not getting in this market and they are looking to for the market to go down. And those are the times it's hard to, get an entry point. And there will be a point where you will see a big candle, I don't know, probably here or wherever it is, but you will get one big candle or anything like this. If you see that, that day we should run away. We should start selling. Okay, because all the entries are with the latecomers, and believe me, latecomers will come. That happens all the time.
Yeah, FOMO.
Yep. Uh,
I know, KP, that you generally don't, you look at the market on a very short-term trend basis rather than 3 to 6 months.
yeah.
So is it something that you are seeing that could potentially say, because constantly if you read around, they are still telling that there's going to be another low, which is going to be more than what it was in the last 3 months.
Yep.
Do you see that happening, or do you see that it is either consolidating and going up?
For me, I see, well, okay, this is how I read the market, okay? It's like a market is telling you a story based on what, and truthfully, nobody knows what happens in 3 months or 6 months, okay? And obviously, when you go read online or listen to these people, you'll always see a guy who is very bullish and there is always a guy who is really bearish, okay? Anyway, if what I am trying to figure out is what is the story that the market is telling me. So one way for me to figure that out is you get into a trade, see if the trade is working or not. And so far, I mean, in the last 10 days, not even last 10 days, last 4 or 5 days, I guess, since we started trading the trades, I'm not getting stopped out at all. That tells me that, they are performing the way I expect them to. And yeah, it's impossible for anybody to see what happens 3 months from now. And all those guys who are saying that there's going to be a double dip, they are buying too. Believe me, they cannot be in business and not buy when the market is going up. They'll be out of the business. So of course their opinion, again, it also depends on whom we are talking about. If you talk to a hedge fund manager, I'm sure he's already in, okay? But if you're talking to a mutual fund manager, right, they have to be in all the time, okay? No matter where the market goes, they can probably have 10%. Actually, if they have more than 5 or 6% cash, it means market is really, really, really bearish. That's the maximum amount of cash they keep aside, mutual funds. So for me, yeah, I mean, as long as the market goes up, it's telling me that, it's a bullish market. And
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead, sir. Sorry.
yeah. And I said a couple of things that you did mention is like the Microsoft, one of this mega caps
Yep.
was lagging compared to Amazon or Apple and even Google.
Yep.
And now it is caught up and it is also moving today. It did a move today compared to the last 10 days.
Yep. Looks like all the money is coming back to mega cap. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So
Yep.
does it indicate anything when the bigger players are moving, or is it just that if they move, it doesn't really mean when the smaller players start moving, then only it's actually bullish?
I don't believe small or retail investors can move the market. I don't think so. They won't have that kind of money at all. Anytime market is moving, whether it's to the downside or to the upside, unless it's a very small stock, maybe probably, $100 billion. Okay. It's there. It is generally because of the institutional investors. And if we talk about game stocks like GameStop, I have no clue about it, how those things move. But
No, in the
generally,
sense that,
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, today it was a negative news for Apple right off the bat, where they said that they are slowing down the production of SE.
Yeah.
Apple dipped, and then again it also went positive, and it is going up again.
Yeah, I didn't think Apple would go down for news like that. And also, there is something called window dressing at the end of the quarter. Okay, I'm
Okay.
sure that's happening right now, because by the end of how many days do we
This
have?
week.
Yeah, 2 more days.
More.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in two more days, if you have a fund and if you don't have Apple, investors are gonna be really, not happy.
Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, Yatin, I saw you.
Yeah. Thank you, KP.
Sure.
KP, while we are talking about Apple and Microsoft, right? So yeah, you don't add Apple because you say it moves slow, so you don't add Apple. But I'm just trying to see like why you didn't add Microsoft.
Well, actually, in Apple, I missed it, obviously, right? I mean, I should have added while this was broken, and then it went up so many. I mean, I saw this trend line too, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and no pullback. The chances for me to make money on that is less. For Microsoft, and again, I generally don't like to add these stocks, but for trading they are good. I was looking at this 303 level, and I did not expect this kind of move today. That's why I sold the ratio spread that I got, which was up about some 30%, and again I got into a regular spread, vertical spread. Now I see this could go all the way to 318 at least.
So are you not planning to add it in the long term?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, these things are really. I mean, what's happening is I'm adding these, and it's taking up the capital. See, one better way, if you want to add this, is probably add 10%. If I'm adding 5% of my portfolio for one position, I should probably add 10 or 15% of these to have a similar amount of a return.
Yeah, got it.
So I mean, they are safe. But
yeah, because I have seen you adding $500, $600, worth of stock price, but not Microsoft or Apple.
because they became so big for them to move. I mean, a move of 2%. If look right here, I mean, this is a big candle. Okay, for if you're comparing somewhere here, right? I mean, of course, there's a lot of volatility here, but it was moving so slow. Okay, even now, this is a big move, and this might probably go all the way to 338, maybe another $30. Even if you say $30, that's 10%. But if you can find a better stock, that 10% will happen probably, I don't know, a week. This is not going to go to 340 in a week. It's not.
Yeah.
So
and yeah, while we're talking on this one, like, so FB, like Facebook, right? And is like, looks like FB is out of this the mega cap, because FB is not
no,
moving
it
up
is. It's
other
not.
stocks.
It's not really. I mean, it is still a mega cap, I would say.
Yeah, but technically yes, but
No, I mean, these things happen with these stocks all the time. Apple went down more than 33% on 3 different occasions. Okay, we are not seeing that now, but in its history, it went down more than 33% 3 times. So, of course, it went down more than 50%. But yeah, I mean, when the story changes, these things are going to, I mean, if he can prove, the Facebook can prove it, it will probably come back again. Who knows? But I would think that I would want to be part of Facebook rather than Microsoft or Apple. This can move much faster.
so once it crossed 50 DMA, is it good to add, or
I
are you
don't know.
looking
I
up
don't know yet. I don't know yet. I mean, it's right now, it's not so great. I mean, market went up a lot. Look at what it's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go through all the sectors first. XLK, this is same as NASDAQ. So I update you guys all the time about this. So we see that 160 level, that's kind of important. XLV looks amazing. I mean, I'm not reading a lot of healthcare names, but XLV looks amazing. This is supposed to be a head and shoulders, right? But once it breaks that shoulder, right? I mean, it's now actually this could be a double bottom. If that's a double bottom, I mean, healthcare is probably one of the best looking charts right now. This is what happens when the market turns around. You will see a lot of setups, way too many setups, which is a good thing, of course. So this could go up 150, and that's a big move. XLY broke above that 200-day. This still looks good. I mean, everything is getting better. This one, because of the Facebook, it's down a lot. Communications. Financials, I don't know what happened to financials today. They were saying it could be because of, did they say 2 years has become bigger than, or the yield of 2 years is more than 30 years right now? I need to check that. That could be why financials went down today. This is the positions we have. Wells Fargo still looks good. I mean, it went down, tested that level and started moving higher. Again, what we did was a pullback buy. So it's not going to be as fast as a breakout. XLF, industrials look good. Well, I mean, you could just see the Dow Jones. Yeah, it's near that 200-day moving average, so it's right at resistance. Staples are looking okay too. I mean, while we have the inflation, staples should actually do much better. This could be a trade tomorrow. I mean, Costco is one of them, I think. So nice cup and handle. That's what this is. I generally don't add Costco to my short-term portfolio. So I thought, probably a good time to add to long-term. I keep missing these big moves. So at least I can capture some in the long term. So yeah, this could go to 670. That's 100. It's almost $100 from here.
You're talking about Costco?
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay.
What else do we have? We added Costco today to long term. And utilities.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Costco looks pretty good. Utilities look pretty good, obviously. You get out of the bonds, this is probably a better place for you to get a, good return as a dividend.
So KP, I have a quick question here.
Of course.
So in the inflationary, world, right? So typically retailers, or at least the grocery chains, would make less money, right? Because of the pricing pressure and, all the other, parameters that comes into picture, right?
So
How
that depends on the kind of store we are talking about. If they can pass that cost onto the consumer, they will actually do better. If the sales goes down, yes, what you are saying is true, but generally if they can, I mean, all these guys, Costco, Walmart, right, they can pass on to their customer without they have to shop somewhere, and that's the cheapest place to go. So if that's the only place you can get a better price, they are still going to get, their business is not going to go down. And it's the same case with even stocks like Tyson Food. They can push all their costs onto the consumer. As long as you can push it to the consumer, you're good. And then regarding Costco, most of their profits is not the profit that they make. Most of their income is not from the profit that they make from their goods that they sell. It's the membership. I think it's over 60%. More than 60% of the profits is just the membership fee.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
Again, okay, I know, we talk about fundamentals. I talk about fundamentals once in a while, but I really don't care about them because this is all I trade about. There are people who are doing this research about this, and they are figuring it out. Okay, if we follow the trend, we're going to make money. That's it. And believe me, it takes a few years to, after starting to follow the charts and drawing those charts, and it at least takes 3 years for you to believe that you can trade based on charts. It took me longer than that because all the subscriptions I took, nobody was talking anything about the technical analysis. It was horrible. Anyway, so if you follow the chart, see what the trend is, and if you keep on buying the breakouts, you're going to make money. If you go online and search that, why Costco is bearish, you will find articles. If you find online why Costco is bullish, you will find articles, because there is both sides to that argument.
Right, that's true. I mean, Google recommends based on what you want to search, and you get the same thing again and again, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Trend is your friend. Yep, that's right. Where are we now? Yeah, the real estate. The REITs, not real estate, but REITs. Yeah, this one turning around, but this is not something that I trade on a regular basis. But for dividends, REITs are probably a good one to go for. Materials are doing good. Today, I saw the chemicals went down a lot, but I mean, they are at the highs. I mean, see, every time they are sold, they are being bought. If you look at the 15-minute chart, so it went down for the 30 minutes and it started moving higher. So these are not going lower. I mean, this is not how it would close if it was bearish. Same thing with XLB, the materials, right? So, this is something we have to talk. We will talk about the inflation and what is the expectation about the Fed rates. Remind me if I forget. So yeah, I mean, this is still at near the highs. Energy still looks good. So one, I know we do check the correlation between crude and energy stocks all the time, but what happens is the day when crude is down 9%, we would expect this to go down a lot. But generally, as long as crude stays above 100, these guys are going to make money, a lot of money. Okay, let's go to Facebook. Yeah, Facebook, the ratio spread I got is because of, I am expecting Facebook will probably go to this 20-day moving average, 50-day moving average, and 20 days turning higher. So that's the target for Facebook. Yeah, Apple is probably, it's probably going to that 177 level in the next couple of days with that window dressing and everything. Actually, this is Amazon is looking really, I mean, it has a huge relative strength. I mean, after moving from, what is that, 2,800 to $500 move, and it barely, moved sideways for 3 days, and it's moving. This is probably going to that 3560, and then probably to 3700. But this 3560 is more important because it got rejected way too many times. 1, 2, 3. So I'm guessing it will probably go over there and probably consolidate it a little bit more before moving higher. We will see. I mean, it already made a huge move. What else? Google. Yeah, I got rid of this from my screens. I don't have enough space on my screens anymore. Yeah, that's a nice double bottom, I would say. It's probably going to highs. I don't see any resistance. Is probably a little bit here. Yeah, and probably going to that 3000 level. Even Tesla is the same way. I mean, that's an incredible move from 750 to 1100 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sessions. This always moves this way. Crazy moves. But anyway, the next resistance is probably 1115 and 1160.
So is it splitting Tesla, KP?
Well, they have to go through a shareholder vote, because it looks like for them to, I did not understand that part. They said they're gonna have more shares, and then they're gonna have either a split and a dividend, I think. But again, once it goes to the shareholder meeting, it's a long process. But obviously, anytime you hear split or dividend, you will see a lot of investors get in.
Yeah, no wonder that's why it is increased today so much.
Yep. And again, I mean, I was surprised that we got 2 inside days after from 750 to what is that, 1030. So that's a huge move. That's almost 50% move. After moving 50%, it moved sideways for 2 days. I mean, both of them are inside days. I mean, that was I was still expecting a little bit of breakdown, but yeah, there isn't any.
Do you think that butterfly will make some money?
It should. I mean, it depends, of course.
Yeah,
it should. I mean, my guess is it will probably, the way market closed today, we should probably see a positive market tomorrow. If it does, yes, I'm guessing it will probably go to that 1157 at least. Again, we never know. It could probably go to that 1243. Who knows?
Are you planning to exit this stock also, like if it goes around 1240?
No, not really. Well, I mean, that's in my long term, right? Yeah.
Okay.
If I sell it at 1240, I don't think I may not get another chance to get in at all.
Oh, okay.
We may not.
You trimmed some portion, right? So
Yes.
that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
What is your second the thought on the second lot?
Yeah.
So KP, like for the Tesla, right?
Yep.
I think you're buying more of a butterfly, but not the spread. Is it because you're not much confident on it, or?
No, my butterflies are so far away. So it's 1150, 1250, right?
I know there was a time like you bought and we all have been buying naked calls, but I don't think we can buy naked calls now, but at least the spread I was expecting. Yeah, go ahead.
No, the thing is, okay, our butterfly is 1150 and 1250. Okay. And we have a resistance at 1243. So the idea is, even if it runs very fast, it's going to stop right there. Okay. Let's assume it stops right at 1240. Okay. That 1250 is going to go to 0. So that's what I'm looking for. I mean, this is as if you have bought that 1150 naked call. Okay. And you are reducing your cost by selling 2 of those 1250s. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, this week it cannot. I mean, it would be absolutely crazy if it goes past that 1243. And also it's not a big position. It's probably 1/3 or 1/4 of my regular position, because I mean, this is already a crazy move. But I'm still banking a little bit of the craziness of Tesla.
Yeah, because I know like Tesla was the topmost return, right, for you, at least in the last year.
Yep. Last
you are
year, the year before. Yep.
yeah. And now you are like, gradually, or you are doing it very, less position with less position and with only butterfly.
Well, I mean, if see,
Further.
the thing is, this is probably a best place to buy Tesla. Okay, when it was breaking this level or this place. Okay, that's it. Those are the two places. Generally, you would buy first position here, and after it breaks. I did not expect it to break 950, and it did. So think about how crazy the move is. It's a $1 trillion company. Okay, that moves 50% in 6 days.
Yeah, 45-50% move. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, well, I mean, there is a lot of risk in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Microsoft, we talked about Microsoft. But,
Maybe just a quick one.
yep.
For the travel stocks, like for example, either it's the Booking, Expedia, the airline, the hotels, Marriott, and things like that. Do you follow any of these, or you never discuss about these stuff? I think you do discuss about the airline, but the rest of it, do you have any?
Well, I have Expedia, Airbnb, and Marriott. Well, I mean, some of them I do have, but what happened? This is what happens most of the time. By the time I want to buy those, or when I get those alerts, right, I'm already fully invested.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons I miss them mostly. And I would want to be in tech more than anything else, because that's where most of the money is. Expedia. Well, actually, I was over the weekend. I was looking at Expedia. It's a very sloppy chart right now. I mean, the volatility is ridiculous. But however, right now, if it breaks that 197 level, 198 level, that would probably a good place to get in, I guess. I mean, right now I have enough positions. I don't know how to add anymore. But I do like DoorDash though. Airbnb is the same. See, I mean, when you see big candles, there is a higher probability that I'll get stopped out. 5-6% happens in my stops are never more than 7 or 8%, and that I could get stopped in a couple of days. So when they tighten up, that's when I like them. Yeah, DoorDash is looking good. I mean, I've been trading DoorDash on a regular basis, and yeah, that above that 116 level, this is a nice, well, it's a small cup, but yeah, this consolidation is nice, and that's a cup and a handle, and a break above that 116 level is a good buy. Certain patterns I have to see. I mean, I go through at least 600 charts every weekend, and I add them whatever I like to my watch list or focus list. And if you guys see something, you should let me know. And if I like it, that's how I add some of the stocks. Like Costco was one of them. Somebody was asking about it, and that's when I added that alert, and we got that alert today. All right, we were talking about Microsoft. Yeah, I mean, the 318 is the first level, and the next one is 338. Okay, we have a few more. Mara. This is something I did not understand. I was watching this today, and Bitcoin is already up a lot this month, and Mara isn't moving higher. I'm not sure what's happening. See, there are a lot of, I mean, I used to mine Bitcoin and Ether and everything. So I do understand the problems. Every time there is a increase in, what is it called? Difficulty level. Difficulty level. So whenever there is an increase in difficulty level, these guys won't make as many Bitcoins as they did, a month ago or 2 months ago. So again, we don't follow the fundamentals of these companies, but something is not right, obviously, here. What was the other? Riot. Riot actually looks better than Mara right now. It has made a higher high. So this is probably a better instrument right now. Octa, yeah, we talked about Octa. I mean, it's probably going to that 172 level, but compare this with other security stocks. We own this one. This is at highs, and is Octa is at lows. See, I don't know if you guys followed Octa, but somebody hacked Octa. It's a security company. How can, what kind of business are they running if they are getting hacked? Absolutely crazy. I don't understand that.
When this news came out, I was not aware.
I think a week ago, week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, of course it is bad. They are a security company getting hacked. Absolutely. Who is going to go to them? I don't understand. They should go down more, if you ask me. AMD, we still have some calls. This one is turning around. See, we talk about that cup pattern. It is forming that cup pattern. So because it broke that downtrend and also about this consolidation and also this 200-day and 50-day, I liked it and I added during this day. And this one still looks good. Semis are getting better. Let's look at the semi ETF. Look at that. It just broke the 200-day recently. So Qualcomm, not following Qualcomm. I don't know for some. Oh yeah, that could be why. I got this out of my list, but yeah. See, every time there is a correction, we see a change in leadership. And Qualcomm was a leader before this correction, and right now it doesn't look like it's a leader anymore. The same thing with Marvell. It was doing amazingly well. Now it came down a lot. So what else? NVIDIA is looking good. It already formed that, double bottom and it's breaking out. And this was all the froth. I mean, if you get rid of this, I mean, this is already, I think it's going to go to a new high very soon. The strength is ridiculous. And look at that volume bars. This volume bar is bigger than anything I see in the last, let's see, until here. When was that? November of last year. So,
KP?
SC. I have couple more. Let me finish this. SC is, there was some news about SC yesterday, I think, or today. They are getting out of India, or they're getting rid of their offices in India or whatever. Well, I mean, chart does not look good. One way to figure out whether it's turning around or not is to look at these moving averages. Moving average is nothing but the smoothing mechanism of this price, right? So it's all the moving averages are moving lower. This has to turn around. So if we look at AMD, this is 20 is turning around. This never went down, and this is still in the works. So we have to at least see some of them flatten out and turn around. Until then, there is no point in going long in this one. What happens is every time it goes higher. Let's look at Square actually. Look at Square. This is a good one. Look, it made a low here and a higher low, high, higher high. This is what we want to see, and we don't have any of that in SC yet. We have a low, and this is a lower high. This is not a higher high either. So that's a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, another lower low. Well, we had some, but again, it made another low. So we have to see for this to break above this level at least. If it breaks above 132, then we can, start thinking about, even if you want to trade. I won't buy that for my, as a stock, but I could probably trade it. but it needs to break that 132 level. Monday. Yeah, same thing, you know. It is making, excuse me. It is making a higher low, but it needs to make a higher high. So we have a high and we need another higher high. Well, that's
it-
all there is. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, since you're done now. So is it like one higher high and higher low is enough? Like, or do we need like one in the
But-
sense like two? I mean,
No, I mean, if you have, so your downtrend is lower highs and lower lows. Okay, that's a downtrend.
yeah.
For you to say that it is in an uptrend, you need a higher low and a higher high. That's it.
Yeah. So, but when it makes two higher high and higher low, right? We don't have to wait for 4, 5, right?
No, I mean, just one. You just need one. You just need one higher high. That's it.
Yeah.
Here you have a higher low. You don't have a higher high. That's it.
Okay.
We are
Yeah.
looking for a higher high.
Got it. Okay. And my question was in NVIDIA, right? So I would ask the same question. I think someone else was asking. So when it goes to all-time high,
Yep.
are you thinking to trim it or add more because it broke all-time high?
Let's figure it out. Let's see how the market does. It is so far away now. No point in. Well, for me, the best thing to do is not decide what to do. You know, for me, while the action happens, I figure out what to do. Okay. Right now, the only thing I need to be careful about is it doesn't break this low. Sorry. So that's my stop. The 256 level, that's my stop. So if it's going higher, you know, there's nothing for me to worry about.
Okay. So it doesn't mean that you'll have to trim at all-time low high. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have to.
Yeah.
And if it is a leader and if it is the only one leading, I wouldn't.
So your limit is usually you say like 6-7%, right? For the stock.
Yeah, 5 is the max. I never exceed
max.
5. 5 is, I mean, 5 is a lot for
Okay.
me. I mean, I would want to, if it's a huge bull market and if you see 1 or 2 stocks that you love, then you can, I'll probably go up to 10%. I did that with Tesla. I think even for Tesla, I think it was about 7 or 8%. That was the max.
Yeah, because that is more volatile stock.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Let's say I got into Tesla at 950 level right now, right?
Yeah.
If it breaks at 1240, I can probably still add about 2%, and that makes it 7%. Anytime I add, I'll add a little bit, not a lot anymore. So
Okay.
yeah, looks like that a German plant is making a big difference. Obviously, market loves that.
Yeah, the new plant, right? Yeah.
Yes. And they were saying on TV today that Germany in Europe, because of all this high gas prices and everything, in Europe, there is more sales now in EVs than your internal combustion engines. So that's not the case in United States. It's not. EVs are still a very small portion of the sales. So when that changes, yeah, these guys will make a lot of money. And Ford, GM, Toyota, they are still struggling.
Yeah, and there is also another news. I think not news, but I came across like the current inventory is sold out until 2023, something like that.
Yeah, well,
So,
I got my Tesla in 2017. Okay, and there was a 4-month delay at that time.
yeah, even now there's a delay. So
Right now there is 14-month delay.
Yeah, delay, and then they give like 1 hour, 2 hours time frame. If you don't come, then you lost that car. Like so that will be sold out to someone else.
That makes a lot of sense right now.
Yeah.
Looks like I can sell my car now more than the price I bought it for.
Yeah, that is another thing. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
And my
ASML.
friend did that actually. My friend did that.
Yeah, ASML. But I mean, if you sell your car, there's nothing to buy out there. Let me remove this. So yeah, ASML is lagging a lot. That could also be because of all this move. 190 to 800, 900, it's almost 400% profit. So yeah, it broke this downtrend. I mean, I loved it in this during this move higher. So far it looks okay. It needs to break that 710 level though. See, I mean, you have so much of overhead above that 710. So it needs to break that 710. That will probably give you a better sign to hold this for a while. But I think these are also the same way. Applied Materials and also what's the other one? Lam Research. They all look the same. ASML, Lam Research, and Applied Materials. Let me stop the recording. Can you guys see the screen?
No, we can see it is recording is still progress.
Okay, sorry.